.92. Lately I've forced myself to slow down on that one. Hey guys, welcome out to the range. Today I wanted to do a quick video to remind people that if you're carrying a handgun for self-defense, you need to recognize that you're never going to master the handgun. It is going to be a lifelong struggle to reach proficiency and maintain proficiency. And I know that the mentality, in fact, well, yeah, I said that correctly the first time out of my mouth. I know that the mentality in this industry, the firearms industry, is put more junk on the gun, and by adding these things to your gun, it will make you better. When in reality, that isn't the case. As a firearms trainer and as a firearms forever student, I have watched over 65 classes that I've attended as a student and countless classes that I have taught here and also taught here, and also time with friends and family and by myself on the range, because even when you're practicing, you're teaching yourself. In fact, you know what? I will do a quick rabbit trail. Here's what a lot of you don't understand. When you come out to train, if you're in an environment where you have an instructor who says, I'm going to set you up for success, the reality of what's going on is you're training yourself. They're giving you this much instruction, and then you're basically going and running a bunch of reps, and you're actually training yourself, because understanding is subjective. Experience is non-transferable. Everything that I know, I could stand here for an hour and tell you, but it does nothing to get it from here to there. So what I do when I'm training people is I set up an environment for success for the student. I give them, you guys know this that have trained with me, I give you a little bit of instruction and then we run drills. Guys, I don't have war stories to tell you. I was a police officer. What do you do? I was a cop. I have no war stories to tell you. I mean, it's had some interesting things that happened, but whatever. I teach. I use the curriculum that I've picked up from multiple different instructors. I have polished it, or in some cases, I repeat it. And I repeat it verbatim the way it was taught to me because it makes sense, and I share it with you. But the training environment primarily is you teaching you. And it's me putting you in a permissive environment with a positive mindset to it. Crap, now I forgot where I was going. So anyways, the mindset in the firearms industry is put more crap on your gun and it'll make you better. Nope. Time on the range will make you better. Time working will make you better. And that's what I do. Today is my daughter's birthday. I'm not going to tell you what date it is, but today is my daughter's birthday. And she's out with her mom right now doing some shopping. And I said, I love you, honey. I'm going to go shooting. And she knows that I'll be back. This evening we're going to have dinner. We're going to do cake, which by the way is interesting. When you're vegan, gluten-free, birthday cakes are interesting. You have to work at them. Luckily, I married a woman who really knows how to cook. So anyways, I'm out here working with my Gen 3 Glock 17. Actually, it's over here. I came out here primarily to test my hand at the Gen 5, which I like, but like I said in that video, in fact, by the time you're viewing this, that gun will probably already be sold. I like it, but I'm good. I'll stick with my Gen 3s. I come out here to do the work. Sometimes I drive out. This is about a 30-minute drive. Sometimes I drive out here, and like today, I will drive out. I will set up. I will do the church defense drill because this one makes the most sense. It is from concealment. The buzzer sounds. You rotate, draw, and from here, you should already be coming out of the holster. From here, and it comes up, you find your front sight post. You really make sure you have your front sight post, and then you pull the trigger. You get your hit, and then you do whatever your follow through is, and then you put it up. This drill makes the most sense because it's everything. It's concealment, it's movement, it is, it's from the holster concealment. There's a difference. From the holster concealment, because you can be from the holster external lines, but from the holster concealment, under a time stress of 5 seconds, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. If you don't know what you're doing here, you're going to lay an egg. This is 10 yards. and it is within a 6-inch zone. So for me, it's basically within the confines of the central portion of that head. And I've shot this enough with the stencil on to know that basically centrally on that head is about 6 inches. The edge hit that you see on the top right, that's actually out of bounds. But it's essentially this zone right here, the central portion of the head. That is what's going to stop the fight. I didn't say kill, I said stop the fight. That is going to severely alter the behavior of the attacker. Hope to God that you don't have to kill them. But it is absolutely going to alter their behavior long enough for you to hightail it or at least gain control over them. So, guys, this is a subject matter that I do take out from time to time, and I hit on this over and over again. Handgun is a very difficult discipline to reach proficiency and maintain proficiency on. Please do not short yourself. All those dry fire doodads that they sell. Okay, tell you what, I'll close on this. The first time I saw one of the dry fire adapters, forget the name of the company, it's this little hickey bob that you put inside of your gun and it runs off CO2 and and the gun recoils. And I went, yay. But what does that do? It makes you feel like you're training because your gun is recoiling. I get that. But what is it launching? Nothing. You are, with all honesty, you are better off buying yourself a really, really top-end Glock Airsoft, or let me rephrase that, because not everybody does Glock. You are better off buying yourself a top-end Airsoft version of your handgun, doing whatever modifications you have on your handgun. For me, there's a lot of contouring of the Gen 3 frame that I've done, and practicing with that weapon in your basement. My friend Brian set up an IPSC course for his son in the basement of their home, and his son works off of a Glock. I forget which. I want to say it's a 19. Brian, you'll have to help me on this. But his son works off of an exact copy of the gun that Dad has waiting for him when he reaches proficiency. And he says, I love it. He goes, because Brian owns AIM Surplus, okay? So he has access to lots of cardboard boxes. And Airsoft, by the way, if you do just a cardboard box, put your target on one side of it, that pellet most likely is not going to have enough juice to make it through the other side if you put an extra layer of cardboard on the inside. So now you basically have a bunch of targets that are collecting all your pellets. So you don't end up with a falling issue. And yet this young man gets to run that course in Dad's basement with an Airsoft pistol. Dad can be there or doesn't have to be there because it's not a real handgun. The worst thing that his son can do is hurt himself by whacking around into his leg. And guess what? Airsoft hurts bad enough that you're going to learn very quickly to stay off of that trigger finger off the trigger when you go to holster. Otherwise, there's a lot of pain value there. So people say, I can't get out to the range. So get an Airsoft. Guys, I just gave you the solution. Get an Airsoft. All of us have a bedroom, a backyard, even a sliver of a backyard. Church parking lot. Shh, don't say anything. Maybe your buddy has more room than you do. Guys, if you want it, find it. I'm blessed that my friend Don is generous and allows me access to this property. If I didn't have this, I'd go nuts, but I'd find a way to get something. I'd find a way to make something work because I'm dedicated to this. I was telling my wife the other day that for me, this is not just, my persona is not tied up in this, in firearms. It's not who I am, but I realize that as a defender, I have to put in the work. I was out here yesterday. I'm out here today. I am constantly having to hopscotch around the wedding venue schedule that normally is on this property. And right now, there are no weddings going on at this particular wedding venue. There's only one that I have to keep track of, the one that's 1,400 yards or so in that direction. I forget how long it is, but it's over 1,000 yards in that direction. And that's the only one that I have to keep track of. All the other 5 or 6 that they have, I don't have to keep track of. Just that one. But that one's very busy. So there are some days where the weather is perfect and my schedule is perfect. But I can't because there's a wedding going on, so I have to work around it. But I put in the work. I don't know how else to put it. I'm past worrying stepping on people's toes. If you're watching sports, shame on you. Because every single professional sports league has helped take down America. All of them. Hollywood has helped take down America. The music industry has helped take down America. All forms of entertainment have helped to wreck America and throw us in the ditch. And if you don't realize that America's in the ditch, shame on you for being asleep. Because that is exactly what the uniparty wants you to do. There's no left, there's no right. It is all, it's a uniparty. It is nothing but a fabrication of a bicameral system. It's a joke. My Lord, we've been lied to. I'm going to stop right there before I get on the soapbox. As always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. You better get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.